Houston Astros versus New York Yankees. The New York Yankees, 62-55, will host the Houston Astros, 65-52, in the final game of their three-game series. The Astros took the opener 5-3 on Friday, and the Yankees got even with a 5-4 win on Saturday. The pitching matchup features Jason Alexander, HOU, 2.1, 5.97 ERA, against Max Fried, NYY, 12.4, 385 ERA, 2.78 ERA. Houston leads the AL West on the strength of one of baseball's toughest pitching staffs. Their 3.70 ERA ranks 7th in MLB, while a 1.19 WHIP is second best, highlighting their ability to limit base runners effectively. Offensively, they are no slouch either, boasting a team batting average of .258, which is second in MLB, and they are averaging a solid 4.32 runs per game. Their defense also plays a critical role, ranking among the top 10 in fewest errors, providing a reliable all-around roster that combines strong pitching, consistent hitting, and solid defense to maintain their divisional lead. This balance makes Houston one of the most formidable teams in the league. Jose Altuve, .284 average, 20 home runs, 62 runs batted in, remains the table setter for the Astros, consistently setting the tone at the top of the lineup. Christian Walker and Yainer Diaz both sit at 16 homers each, providing significant power threats in the middle of the order. Correa's return has been a true game-changer, as he's hitting an outstanding .406 with a 104.9 OBPS since coming back, injecting much-needed offensive firepower and leadership into the lineup. His presence has boosted the team's overall run production and has helped the Astros become more dangerous with runners in scoring position. Starting for the Astros on Sunday will be Jason Alexander, who is 2.1 with a 5.97 ERA and 1.61 WHIP. Sticking with their historic identity, the Yankees lead MLB with 183 home runs, own the top OPS at 773, and are scoring 5.09 runs a night, which ranks third overall. Their power and run production have been a driving force behind their success this season. Aaron Judge, who is putting up MVP-caliber numbers, hitting an impressive .339 with 37 homers and 86 RBI, is back in the lineup and making a big impact. In Saturday's victory, Judge went 1 for 2 with 2 walks and 2 runs scored, showing he's still a key threat both at the plate and on the bases. His presence continues to elevate the Yankees' offense, giving them a potent edge as they push deeper into the season and look to maintain their dominance in the American League East. Starting on Sunday will be Max Fried, who leads the rotation with an impressive 2.78 ERA. Outside of Fried, the staff overall has been average at best, ranking 17th in ERA, 4.04, and 14th in WHIP, 1.26, showing some inconsistency beyond their ace. The bullpen, anchored by Devin Williams with 17 saves, has been shaky lately, especially against teams like Houston that make consistent contact and put pressure on relievers. This could become a factor late in the game if Fried doesn't pitch deep into the innings, potentially leaving the bullpen exposed in high-leverage situations. Even with Max Fried on the mound, the Yankees' bullpen has been subpar and a potential weak link. Meanwhile, the Astros' offense has been on a tear recently, averaging an impressive 4.9 runs per game over their last 10 outings. The Yankees have also shown they can put up runs against Houston, scoring at least 5 runs in 7 of their last 10 head-to-head matchups. With Aaron Judge back in the lineup, New York's offense is poised to trend upward again, adding another dangerous element. Combined with the Astros' shaky pitching options early in the game, particularly in the starting rotation and early relief, this matchup sets the stage for a high-scoring affair. Given these factors, the over looks like a strong play, as both offenses have the potential to explode at multiple points in the contest. The Yankees certainly have a strong starting pitching edge, which makes them heavy favorites on paper. However, when looking at the game over a full 9 innings, the odds suggest Houston has a solid chance to keep this game within at least a run, especially given their late-inning resilience. The Astros offense has received a noticeable spark with the addition of Carlos Correa, who brings veteran leadership and timely hitting to the lineup. If this contest stays close late, Houston's bullpen becomes a key advantage. The Astros bullpen ranks second in baseball with a 3.30 ERA, showing strong clutch performance. In contrast, the Yankees relievers have struggled more, sitting 22nd with a 4.24 ERA, which raises concerns about their ability to hold leads late. This bullpen disparity could ultimately be the deciding factor in a close game, making Houston a smart bet to keep it tight and perhaps pull off an upset down the stretch. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Houston Astros plus 1.5. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Cleveland Guardians versus Chicago White Sox. It's a battle between two American League Central opponents on Sunday. The Guardians are just a few games back of the Tigers, while they are also currently just one game out of a wild-card spot. The White Sox hold the worst record in the American League, as they are well below .500 when playing at home. The Guardians are starting Slade Cecconi in this game, while the White Sox turn to Davis Martin. Cleveland sits in second place in the American League Central Division. They are at least 6 games back of the Tigers for first place in the division. The Guardians are also just 1 game back of a wild card spot in the American League, too. They also hold a record above .500 when playing on the road. Entering Saturday night, the Guardians have won 8 of their last 9 games. On Sunday, Slade Cecconi gets the start for the Guardians against the White Sox. The right-handed pitcher is 5-4 with a 3.72 ERA in 14 starts. His last start saw him 6.0 innings as he allowed 2 runs and 4 hits in a 7-6 win over the Mets on August 4. The Guardians are 8-6 when Cecconi has started this year. They are also 5-2 when they have started on the road. He has a 2.63 road ERA in 7 appearances. The Guardians are hitting .229 this season, which is the worst mark in the league. They rank 5th worst in scoring this season, while they also have the fewest hits in the sport. Cleveland ranks 19th in home runs this season. Cleveland ranks .226 when playing on the road. The Guardians are playing well in the second half of the calendar with their .258 average since the break. Cleveland is hitting .198 against the White Sox this season. The White Sox continue to be the worst team in the American League this year. They have the 2nd worst record in the sport, as they are ahead of the Rockies. Entering Saturday's game, the White Sox have lost 5 straight games. Davis Martin gets the start for the White Sox against the Guardians on Sunday. The right-handed pitcher is 3-9 with a 4.11 ERA in 16 starts and 1 relief appearance. Martin's last start saw him throw 5 innings against the Mariners on August. He allowed 5 runs and 7 hits as the White Sox lost 8-3 to the Mariners. The White Sox are 4-13 when Martin has pitched this season. In 8 home starts, Martin has a 3.04 ERA inside his own stadium. The White Sox have the 2nd worst batting average in the league with a .229. They have scored the 4th fewest runs, while they rank 2nd worst in hits. Chicago ranks 23rd in home runs hit, too. They are hitting .231 when playing at home. The White Sox also have a .270 batting average since the All-Star break. They are hitting just .180 against Cleveland this season, too. These struggles at the plate have hampered their ability to sustain rallies and put consistent pressure on opposing pitchers, making run production a major concern. While things are beginning to change for Cleveland, they still rank last in batting average, struggling to generate consistent offense. The White Sox are also near the bottom, ranking as the 2nd worst team in batting average. This sets the stage for a low-scoring game, as both teams struggle to capitalize on scoring opportunities. Davis Martin boasts a solid 3.04 ERA at home, and Slade Cecconi has been impressive on the road with a 2.63 ERA. With both pitchers performing well and offenses faltering, runs will be at a premium in this afternoon matchup, likely leading to a tight, low-scoring contest. The Guardians have undergone a remarkable transformation since the All-Star break, evolving from a struggling team to one with renewed confidence and momentum. Prior to the break, their offense sputtered and their pitching staff showed signs of inconsistency, which hampered their ability to string together wins. However, since that turning point, Cleveland has caught fire, winning 8 of their last 9 games entering Saturday's matchup, showcasing both improved hitting and much more reliable pitching. This surge has propelled the Guardians up the wildcard standings, positioning them well for a strong postseason push. Slade Cecconi will take the mound, bringing his solid 2.63 ERA on the road into the spotlight. Cleveland has thrived with him pitching away from home, holding a 5-2 record in those contests. On the other side, the White Sox have struggled mightily this season, particularly against the Guardians, managing just a .180 batting average in head-to-head matchups. Chicago's starting pitcher, Davis Martin, owns a 4.11 ERA this season and has seen the team go .413 in his starts, reflecting difficulties in consistently shutting down opposing offenses. Given these trends, the Guardians are poised to continue their dominant run and hand the struggling White Sox another tough defeat. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Cleveland Guardians minus 1.5. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Boston Red Sox versus San Diego Padres. The Boston Red Sox face the San Diego Padres, with both teams looking to improve on strong seasons. The Red Sox are 65-52, and with 8 wins in their last 10 games, they have the second-best record in the American League East Division. The Padres are 64-52, and with 7 wins in their last 10 games, they have the second-best record in the National League West Division. The Red Sox are having a great season and look to make a push for the division. Brayan Bello will start the upcoming game, and he looks to improve on what's been a rough season on the mound as he's allowed 45 runs in 116 innings pitched. In addition, with a .269 expected opponent batting average, a 20.0 whiff rate, and 4.41 expected ERA, opponents are making contact and driving in runs at will against Bello this season. Bello has struggled, but the lineup is one of the best in baseball, scoring 5.02 runs per game. Alex Bregman is slashing 295/375/526 with 14 home runs and 141 total bases, while Wilyer Abreu is slashing 250/320/488 with 21 home runs and 158 total bases, but the rest of the lineup has stepped up as well. Jarren Duran is slashing 264/329/461 with 21 home runs and 158 total bases, while Ceddanne Rafaela and Trevor Story have combined to add 32 home runs and 357 total bases, providing strong depth throughout the lineup. The Padres are having a great season, mostly because of their starting pitching. Dylan Cease is one of the starters having a great season as he's allowed only 67 runs in 123 innings pitched while tossing 162 strikeouts. Moreover, with a .221 expected opponent batting average, a 34.2 whiff rate, and a 3.41 expected ERA, opponents are making minimal contact and struggling to drive in runs against Cease this season. Cease has stepped up on the mound, showing strong performances, but the lineup has struggled overall, scoring only 4.12 runs per game. Manny Machado leads the charge, slashing 300/360/499 with 20 home runs and 223 total bases, providing consistent power and production. Fernando Tatis Jr. is also a key contributor, slashing 258/361/429 with 17 home runs and 185 total bases. However, beyond these stars, the rest of the lineup has struggled to make an impact. Only 4 active batters have an OPS plus over 100, meaning opposing pitchers can focus on limiting the top-heavy lineup, effectively neutralizing the team's offensive potential and putting more pressure on Cease to keep games close. The Red Sox are carried by their potent lineup, and this game shapes up to be a high-scoring affair right from the first pitch. The Padres' offense should be able to put constant pressure on Brayan Bello, who has allowed 45 runs over 116 innings pitched this season, making him vulnerable to a lineup featuring elite hitters like Manny Machado and Fernando Tatis Jr. These stars, along with the rest of the Padres' batting order, have the ability to consistently make solid contact, draw walks, and put together quality plate appearances that will likely result in multiple runs scored. On the other side, the Red Sox boast a formidable offense that averages an impressive 5.03 runs per game. Players like Alex Bregman, Jarren Duran, and Trevor Story are swinging aggressively and looking to crush pitches, driving in runs with power and consistency. This combination of offensive firepower on both sides sets the stage for a fast-paced, high-scoring game. Given the effectiveness of these lineups and the pitching vulnerabilities, the over should comfortably cover as both teams step up their offensive production in a run-filled showdown. The Red Sox have played great baseball lately and look to take control of this game from the very first inning. Their offense has been clicking consistently, and they should be able to put constant pressure on the Padres' pitching staff by getting base runners on with reliable contact hitters like Alex Bregman and Jarren Duran leading the charge. These players, along with the rest of the batting order, have been putting together strong plate appearances, drawing walks, and finding ways to reach base and create scoring opportunities. The Padres lineup, which averages only 4.12 runs per game, has struggled to produce consistently this season, making it easier for the Red Sox to stay ahead. On the mound, Brayan Bello will look to keep the Padres' bats in check, pitching multiple strong innings by mixing his pitches effectively and limiting hard contact. His goal will be to get deep enough into the game to hand the ball off to a reliable bullpen that can protect the lead and close the door. With a balanced attack combining solid pitching and timely hitting, the Red Sox should be able to secure a strong win on the road and continue their recent run of success. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Red Sox ML. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Your Chicago Cubs versus St. Louis Cardinals. It's the final game of a 3-game series between NL Central rivals on the diamond in the Gateway City as the Chicago Cubs travel to face the St. Louis Cardinals Sunday night, and in the opening game of the series Friday night. The Cardinals picked up a 5-0 victory to give them a shot at a series win regardless of Saturday's result. Chicago lost for the 4th time in 6 games as they were blanked in the opening game of their set with the Cardinals on the road Friday night. The Cubs entered Saturday 66-49 and stood second in the NL Central, 5 games behind the Brewers for the top spot. Against the Cardinals Friday night, Chicago finished with 7 hits, as Ian Happ was the lone player with 2. The Cubs went 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position and left 9 runners on base in the game. Matthew Boyd, 11-5, took the loss as he allowed 3 runs on 7 hits with no walks and 3 strikeouts over 5 innings of work. Shota Imanaga is on the mound for the Cubs as he makes his 17th start of the season in the series finale. He is 8-4 with a 3.12 ERA, a 0.996 whip, 17 walks, and 70 strikeouts over 89.1 innings of work this season. Imanaga didn't factor in the decision in his last appearance, which came against the Reds Tuesday night. He threw 6.1 innings, allowing 1 run on 3 hits with no walks and 7 strikeouts in a game the Cubs dropped 5-1. In his last 3 starts, Imanaga is 1-1 with a 6.91 ERA, a 1.40 whip, no walks, and 17 strikeouts over 14.1 innings of work. Imanaga makes his fourth career start against the Cardinals in this contest. He is 2-0 with a 2.41 ERA, a 0.857 whip, 1 walk, and 16 strikeouts over 18.2 innings of work against them. Imanaga earned the win in his lone career start at Busch Stadium, which came June 26th. He threw 5 shutout innings, allowing 1 hit with 1 walk and 3 strikeouts in a 3-0 Cubs triumph, showcasing his ability to dominate this opponent on the road. St. Louis won their second straight and fourth in their last 6 games as they earned the win in the opening game of this set Friday night. The Cardinals entered Saturday 59-58 and stood fourth in the NL Central, 13 games behind the Brewers for the top spot. They were 4.5 games behind the Mets for the final wildcard spot in the National League. Against Chicago Friday night, St. Louis banged out 13 hits with Jordan Walker, run, 2 RBI, and Alec Burleson, run, each recording 3. Walker, his fourth, homered for the Cardinals, who were 4 of 9 with runners in scoring position in the game. Michael McGreevy, 4-2, threw 6 scoreless innings, allowing 6 hits with 1 walk and 3 strikeouts, before handing things off to the bullpen, which has been reliable in recent outings, helping maintain leads late in games. Sonny Gray is on the bump for the Cardinals in the series finale as he makes his 24th start of the season in this contest. He is 10-5 with a 4.21 ERA, a 1.169 whip, 21 walks, and 141 strikeouts over 128.1 innings of work on the year. Gray didn't factor in the decision in his last start, which came against the Dodgers on the road Saturday. He threw 7 impressive innings, allowing 1 run on 1 hit with 1 walk and 8 strikeouts in a 3-2 Cardinals triumph. In his last 3 starts, Gray is 1-1 with a 5.29 ERA, a 1.29 whip, 2 walks, and 18 strikeouts over 17 innings of work. Gray makes his 15th career start against the Cubs in this contest. He is 5-4 with a 2.84 ERA, a 0.92 whip, 17 walks, and 102 strikeouts over 79.1 innings against them. Additionally, Gray boasts a strong 17-10 record with a 3.15 ERA, a 1.109 whip, 48 walks, and 229 strikeouts over 205.2 innings during 36 career starts at Busch Stadium, making him a reliable veteran presence in this matchup. Division rivals always make for entertaining contests, and this one should be no different given the history and competitive fire on both sides. The Cubs have struggled to find their rhythm coming out of the All-Star break and really need to get their lineup going again if they want to build momentum on this road trip. On the mound, Imanaga has done a solid job against the Cardinals in his 3 career starts, showing the ability to limit their offense effectively. This includes a strong outing of 5 shutout innings in his first start back after missing more than a month with a hamstring injury, proving he can bounce back and deliver under pressure. Meanwhile, Gray has been inconsistent lately, making it difficult to predict how the Cardinals' offense will perform. Given the Cubs' motivation to leave town with a positive result, expect a well-pitched outing from Imanaga combined with timely hitting to carry Chicago to a much-needed victory in this crucial divisional matchup. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Chicago Cubs ML. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box.